Have you ever felt extremely motivated to start something? Maybe you decided to go to the gym, start studying seriously, learn a new skill, or work on a big project. For the first few days, you feel unstoppable. You wake up early, you're focused, you're excited. And then suddenly, a week later, that motivation disappears. Now the same thing feels difficult, boring, and exhausting. And you start asking yourself, why can't I stay consistent? Am I just lazy? But here's the truth most people don't realize. Motivation was never meant to last. The motivation myth. We grow up believing that successful people are always motivated. We see athletes training every day, entrepreneurs working late nights, creators constantly producing content. Social media makes it look like these people wake up every day feeling inspired and ready to conquer the world. But that's not how the human brain works. Motivation is not a permanent state, it's an emotion, and emotions naturally rise and fall. Think about it. When you start something new, everything feels exciting. A new hobby, a new goal, a new routine. But after a few days, that excitement fades. Not because you're weak, but because your brain is designed that way. The science behind motivation. Motivation is deeply connected to something called dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical in your brain that creates feelings of reward and anticipation. Whenever you start something new, your brain releases a large amount of dopamine. That's why the first few days feel amazing. Your brain is basically saying, "This is exciting, let's keep doing this." But here's the problem. Your brain quickly adapts. Once the activity becomes familiar, dopamine levels drop. And suddenly, the same activity that felt exciting now feels boring. This is why New Year's resolutions fail. People quit the gym after a few weeks. Online courses are left unfinished. Projects remain half-completed. Not because people are lazy, but because their brains stopped giving them the same reward. The real secret of successful people. So if motivation always fades, how do successful people stay consistent? The answer is simple. They don't rely on motivation. Athletes don't wake up every day feeling excited to train. Writers don't always feel inspired to write. Entrepreneurs don't feel motivated every morning. But they still show up because they rely on something much stronger than motivation. Systems and habits. A system removes the need to constantly decide what to do. Instead of asking yourself every day, "Do I feel motivated today?" The decision is already made. For example, instead of saying, "I'll work out when I feel motivated," you say, "I go to the gym every day at 7 p.m. No negotiation, no emotional debate, just a routine." What actually works instead? If motivation isn't reliable, what actually works? Here are a few simple strategies. 1. Focus on systems, not goals. Goals are great for direction, but systems are what create progress. For example, goal, I want to get fit. System, I exercise 30 minutes every day. Goals give you motivation. Systems create consistency. 2. Make tasks smaller. One big reason people quit is because the task feels overwhelming. Instead of saying, "I need to study for 3 hours," start with, "I'll study for 10 minutes." Small actions feel easier to start, and once you start, momentum builds naturally. 3. Use the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself you only have to do something for 5 minutes, just 5. Most of the time, once you begin, your brain naturally continues. Starting is the hardest part. 4. Reduce friction. Make your habits easier to perform. For example, if you want to exercise in the morning, prepare your workout clothes the night before. If you want to study, keep your workspace ready. The easier something is to start, the more likely you'll do it. 5. Track your progress. The brain loves visible progress. When you track your habits or progress, your brain gets a small dopamine reward. This makes consistency easier. Even something simple like marking days on a calendar can help. Final message. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for motivation to appear. They think, "Once I feel motivated, I'll start." But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Consistency isn't built by feeling inspired. It's built by showing up, even on the days you don't feel like it. So stop waiting for motivation. Instead, build systems that work even when motivation disappears. Because in the long run, the people who succeed aren't the most motivated. They're the most consistent.